Hello and welcome back to the CodeMaven channel. My name is Gabor Szabo, and as you might know, I help projects improve their development processes. This time, we are going to take a look at a project that has both a master branch for development and a releases branch, and I'll try to understand what's the reason behind that. So you might be familiar with the cpan Digger website. Let me show you the website, where I collect the data from the uploaded to cpan in this case, and I'm checking out in each project whether they have GitHub configured, linked to the GitHub, and if the Git in GitHub they have some kind of continuous integration configured. And this is how I reached this project called Puppet Environment Updater, which is, I guess, related to Puppet, which is a Ruby project for configuration management, basically. So a little bit surprising that there's a Perl solution for something there. But on the other hand, each environment might need some different implementation in each person. So from here, I got to the repository of the project, and obviously my code thought that this project doesn't have a GitHub actions configured or Travis or nothing. And indeed, when you're looking at the source code here, you don't see any of the configuration file. Now, it took me a while. Actually, I started to create the GitHub action configuration and pushed it out to my fork and so on, till I noticed that actually this is default branch is called releases, and then there is another branch called master. And I was trying to understand what's the story there. I even sent an email to the author asking for this, and maybe we'll get a response if the author has the time and the energy to explain his strategy of branching and development strategy. Anyway, what I understood is that in the master branch, so if you switch to master branch, there are configuration files. It has a Travis configuration file from like 8 years ago. And then recently, there was a GitHub action configuration file was added. Even if you look at the commits, you'll notice that basically for many years, from 2015, there was nothing changed, and then some real change here. And then now, just in the last couple of hours, some few changes, adding GitHub actions and releasing a new version of the package. So I have this on the command line or on my computer. So I wanted to show you the diff. Actually, maybe GitHub can also show me this git. Git diff between the master branch and the releases branch shows me that what's there, that the CI YAML is removed from the releases branch, from the master branch when moved to releases. The git ignore has been removed, and include pass has been removed. So some files were removed when moving from master to releases. And on the other hand, the Travis YAML was removed. On the other hand, there is a build PL file added in the releases branch. And also there is the license file added. And I think, I don't know if it was earlier or later, the manifest file is also added. And then the meta.json file is also added. So all kinds of files that are actually generated by the development process. So if you look at this, the source code here, or on the GitHub website, you can see that in the master branch, you have this, the this.ini file, which means that the developer is using this Zilla. And from there, I guess what's happening is all the other files are generated in the release process, and those are committed to the releases branch. If we look at the history of the commits, you can see maybe, okay, I don't know, okay, because we are in the master branch. But if we switch to the releases branch, git check out releases branch. If we switch there and run git log, then you can see that there are only three of these commits. If I run git k minus all, you can see that this is basically the releases branch is just a couple of commits ahead of the master branch. So I guess the process is that the code is being developed on the master branch, and then for the release, all these files are generated and committed to the releases branch. And then from there, the release is going to CPAN. Now, I'm not sure why it's done there this way. I can understand that some people might want to save these generated files, even though they actually exist. They can be regenerated because that's why they are generated. And they are in the tarball that is being uploaded to CPAN, or PAWS in this case. So I don't think I wouldn't probably save these generated files. But on the other hand, I think what I would do is that if I do want to have a separate this releases branch, then I would make the master branch as the default branch. Because if someone who would like to contribute to this project arrives to this repository, they should probably by default see the master branch where the code is being developed. So in other projects, this is called main branch, in a newer project, or the development branch maybe. And then there can be a releases branch if someone really wants. But I think that should be the main branch, the default branch, not the main, well, the default branch. So when people arrive to this repository, that's what they see immediately. So it's gonna be easier and obvious that that's where they need to contribute. And then the author can cut from that the release. So I think that sort of helps. Actually, let me also take a look at the actual workflow here. It doesn't have any very specific thing. I think it's using GitHub Actions. I think the install with cpan-m to install stuff from the cpan file. There's a cpan file where all the dependencies are listed, and then it runs Perl and the proof in order to run the test. So that's okay. Maybe it could have been running on other platforms and other. It's running on a couple of versions of Perl. That's good. It could have been running on OS X and Windows as well, assuming that the project should even run on these platform. But that's it. Basically, the main interest was this branching strategy. So I hope that this helped. And if you like the content, then please also like the video and follow the channel, so we'll get notified for new videos are released. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.